Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your AEW, NXT, Ring of Honor, NWA Power, MLW Fusion, and NXT results video for the week of January 15th. First, you got Inspire Pro TV from Louisiana at this link, episode number 21. Next, we got spoilers supposedly taped or for a pay-per-view from Ring of Honor. Saturday Night Center Stage, Flamita, Bandito, and Ray Horace defeated Villain Enterprises of Marty Scurll, Flip Gordon, and Brody King to become your new six-man tag team champions. Jordan Draven at Wrestling Covers at this link, decimation of Bandito. Hashtag Ring of ROH Center Stage at Marty Scurll, at Brody X King, at Flip Gordon. Again, tweeted again. Wrestling Covers, new six-man tag team champions have been crowned. Hashtag ROH Center Stage, at Bandito Wrestler, at Flamita _DTU, at Ray _Horace, at this link. And here's the results from your MLW 0-hour event from NYTEX Sports Arena in Dallas, Texas. Courtesy of Wrestling Inc. Match number 1, Logan Creed defeated Moonshine Mantell in a dark match. Myron Reed defeated Drago to retain the MLW Middleweight Championship. Marshall Von Erich defeated MJF. Yeah, he's also of AEW. Dominic Guarini defeated Zenshi. Eric Stevens defeated Douglas James. Alex Hammerstone defeated Aerostar to retain the MLW National Openweight Championship. Richard Holiday defeated Savio Vega. Ross Von Erich defeated Filthy Tom Lawler by disqualification. King Mo defeated Dr. Dax. Gino Medina defeated Septimo Dragon. Puma King Drago defeated Injustice and Lowrider Taurus. Jacob Fatu defeated Brian Pillman Jr. to retain the MLW Heavyweight title. Low Key defeated Chandler Hopkins. The Von Erich defeated Dynasty to retain the MLW Tag Team titles. David Boy Smith Jr. defeated Simon Gotch by knockout in a no-rope street fight. In your main event, Mance Warner defeated Jimmy Havoc in a no-ropes barbed wire match. During Saturday's Impact Wrestling Media Scrum for Hard to Kill, Wrestling Inc. manager Nick Hossman asked Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion Taya Valkyrie what are some of the interpromotional matches she would like to have and the odds that they would happen in 2020. When it comes to AEW, Taya named their reigning world champion Riho, knowing that she would break her in half. This list is endless, Valkyrie revealed. Women's wrestlers right now are just growing immensely, and I feel like women are becoming more competent to push themselves technically, their character, and everything. I think more than ever, we're seeing complete packages all across the board. And I think that if I was to say to pick one person from AEW, I'm going to go for the champ because I could break her in half. Rio, wherever you are. Tay also named several stars in WWE, including Charlotte Flair, Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, and Chelsea Green. As far as WWE, there are a few dream matches there, Valkyrie stated. Obviously, for me, I look at women, someone like Charlotte Flair. I look at lots of the girls in NXT. I've only wrestled Mia Yim once. I think that she's very talented and would love to do that again one day. Candice LeRae and I barely touched. We've just only ever really wrestled in a tag match. There are people like Chelsea Green. Britt Baker into AEW. It's so crazy to me that I haven't wrestled these people. But, I don't know. It's 2020. Who knows what can happen with everyone working together and the wrestling community coming together to create these dream matches for all the fans. So, those are just, some of the top of my mind. And if I had a wrestling, since I'm going to be starting a wrestling company soon, it's definitely going to be called Pro Wrestling Entertainment, PWE initials. I would definitely book those matches if I can get them hired. Especially Valkyrie versus Riho. That could happen. Chelsea Green, who was in NXT, so that's not going to happen. MLW Fusion episode number 32 aired from January 11th, 2020. Heavy Metal Wrestling issued a short statement on Twitter announcing that Impact superstar Tessa Blanchard has been removed from their January 24th Cease and Destroy event in San Antonio, Texas, where Blanchard was scheduled to face Roxy. The promotion states that they take the recent allegations made against the former Knockouts champion very serious and will issue refunds to fans if necessary. Tessa Blanchard has been removed from our scheduled event on January 24th, 2020. We take these allegations levied against her very seriously. An updated card will be released shortly for refund. And you can go to, for more info on that, please contact Walt at heavymetalwrestling.com. Probably go to our website, Heavy Metal Wrestling, for more info. Yesterday, NWA's Women's Champion Allison Kay and NXT star Chelsea Green called out Blanchard for racist remarks and bullying in response to Blanchard's tweet about women supporting each other. AEW's Big Swole backed up the story about Blanchard calling fellow Black star La Rosa the N-word at a WrestleCade event, something that she addressed with Blanchard personally. Blanchard later denied Green's allegations about bullying, saying that she's a different person now. She did, however, avoid Media Day ahead of Impact Hard to Kill pay-per-view, where she's facing off against Sami Callihan in a matchup for the World Championship. According to the latest episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Impact knew what they were getting themselves into when they signed Blanchard due to her history. She was easy to pick off of the market, as everyone within the company knew about the stories regarding her. Meltzer went on to say the Impact's EVPs, Don Callis and Scott D'Amore, were not going to be affected business-wise by her past. Meltzer went on to say the WWE didn't sign her to a developmental deal in the past because of attitude issues as well. Back in June 2018, Blanchard spoke to Wrestling Inc. about her last appearance with the company, the Mae Young Classic. Not getting signed by the company after the tournament, Tessa stated that she still spoke with WWE after the tournament, but she also never gets her hopes up about these kinds of things. Honestly, I had spoken with WWE, like I said. I am still in touch with them. We are both on very good terms. Contrary to what people think, we are all on very good terms. I don't get my hopes up for or anything. I am really enjoying what I am doing right now by having the matches, the intergender matches that I am having. I am getting to travel all over the world, doing what I love and making a living out of it. This is a huge blessing to me, and I'm not necessarily in a rush to go anywhere. Whatever happens, happens. Everything happens for the right reasons and the right time. And the fact that it didn't happen to me at the Classic, God had a different plan for me. During another interview with Busted Open Radio in June 2018, Blanchard addressed reports that WWE didn't sign her due to her attitude. Honestly, I have zero negative feelings towards not being signed by WWE. Everyone has their spot. Whether you are happy with it or somebody had to do it, I honestly was not upset at all. She said, I saw on the dirt sheets that Tessa has a bad attitude. I think that I am misunderstood because people perceive me to be a certain way because I am generational. They expect me to be entitled and expect me to have things early on. I think people misconstrued that honestly. Marty Scurll, fresh off of signing what is reportedly the most lucrative deal in Ring of Honor history, has been added to Face Wrestling's March 7th card in Barbados. Scurll will be facing PJ Black. Also on the card, former WWE diva Melina will battle Renee Michelle. Brian Cage will face Alex Riley. Carlito will clash with Chris Masters. Matt Sydal will face Flip Gordon and more. Tickets will go on sale this Friday, More information, you can visit face2facewrestling.com/Barbados. Well, I missed that news myself on Alex Riley. I've been contacting him on Facebook, and he's reappeared on Facebook again. MLW returned to the Dallas area this past Saturday for the sold-out MLW 0-hour event, as Riley is still dealing with some back issues as well. Back to MLW in Dallas this past Saturday for the sold-out MLW 0 event. I gave you the results. MLW CEO Court Bauer noted on Twitter that the company set a new box office record in the region for the event, and that they saw 10% increase in capacity. MLW will return to the region on May 2nd. You can check out Bauer's tweet here at Court Bauer, Dallas-Fort Worth, at MLW by the numbers. We expanded seating and still ran out of seats and had to rush order more at 5 p.m. 10% increase in capacity and attendance with sellout. Set a new at MLW DFW box office record. May 2nd, return to DFW. Then you can go to MLWTexas.com. NWA Power episode 14 can be found in this link. It was aired on January 14th. As noted, Impact World Tag Team Champion Ethan Page dealt with salmonella poisoning just prior to his Impact Hard to Kill match on Sunday. An ankle injury to Rich Swann forced a change to the match, making it the North retaining their titles against Willie Mack. Afterwards, Page wrote, "At Impact Wrestling, management offered to let me manage at Walking_Weapon the weekend because of my illness. I made the personal choice to work so I could remind everybody that even at my worst, hashtag the North are leagues above everybody else. Most consistent team on the planet. We deliver." Page then confirmed that he went to the hospital back home in Canada. "I did the 12 hours of travel to get home to Canada, to wait four more hours, to still be waiting." A new video package here for the NXT superstar Finn Balor versus NXT superstar Ilja Dragunov at WWE Worlds Collide event during Royal Rumble weekend. Balor sends a warning to Dragunov and tells him to make the most of his opportunity when they do battle on January 25th in Houston. Balor will then go on to take over Portland to face Johnny Gargano on February 16th. The WWE Performance Center posted this behind-the-scenes look at NXT superstar Joaquin Wilde and his journey back to the ring from surgery to repair his eye socket. The video also featured footage of Wilde's dark match win over Chase Parker at the December 4th NXT TV show. The former DJ Zema Ion defeated James Tapia on the December 13th WWE 205 live episode, but then lost to Austin Theory on last week's NXT show. Dark matches before this week's NXT episode from the NXT Arena in Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, saw Bronson Reed defeat Arturo Ruiz and Cameron Grimes defeat Danny Burch. NXT episode opens up with a graphic in memory of Hall of Famer Rocky Johnson, who passed away at the age of 75. We go to the NXT opening video package with a highlight from last week as Mauro Ranallo welcomes us. We also see footage of NXT at Sunday's NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool 2 event. We're live from the NXT Arena at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, as Mauro welcomes us to NXT on the USA Network. He's joined by WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix tonight, so no sign of Nigel McGuinness again. We go right to the ring. Out first comes Keith Lee as Alicia Taylor does ring introductions. Fans do the chant for Lee, and he gets hyped up about being number one contender to NXT North American Champion Roger Strong. Lee will get his title shot next week. Lee says the Undisputed Era had a great 2019, and they still hold all the men's gold in NXT. He goes on and says the end of their 2019 was a great one, except maybe him. Fans chant more for Lee. Lee says the Undisputed Era has reached their peak and their limit, while he is limitless. Lee says he will prove that next week when he defeats Strong to become the NXT North American Champion. And forever, The music interrupts, and out comes Undisputed Era Strong NXT Champion Adam Cole, NXT Tag Team Champions Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Cole goes on about what they've done to Imperium and Tommaso Ciampa as of late. After telling the crowd to shut up, Cole says Lee is next. They immediately rush the ring, but Lee fights him off for a big pop. Lee goes to put Cole down, but the save is made. They beat down Lee, and Lee now, as Strong has a steel chair, Strong wraps the chair around Lee's ankle and jumps off the second rope. Smashing the leg in the chair, fan chant Roddy sucks now. Ciampa runs down, but the tag champs and Strong met him at ringside. Ciampa fights him off and hits the ring as the Undisputed Era retreats. Fan chant Daddy's home as Ciampa checks on Lee in the ring. They stand together and Ciampa's music plays. We go to Mauro Ronaldo and Beth Phoenix at the table. They talk about what just happened and then give a plug to Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano and TakeOver Portland on February 16th. Mauro reveals that Tegan Knox returned to the NXT arena today and will be in the Battle Royal after being put out of action by Dakota Kai at War Games several months ago. We see a video from earlier in the day with Knox giving an interview outside discussing the Battle Royal. She's greeted by Candice LeRae and they hug. We see some of the Battle Royal participants warming up backstage, including Io Shirai. Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic first round match. The Broserweights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne versus Flash Morgan, Webster, and Mark Andrews. We'll go to the ring for tonight's opening match as Pete Dunne is out first. Matt Riddle was out. Next is the fan chant, bro, at the Broserweights. But this is one of the final first round matches for the 2020 Dusty Tag Team Classic. NXT UK superstars Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews are out next. Andrews and Riddle go at it with Dunne also involved. Webster also tags in for some quick back and forth, tangling in the mat. Both teams face off in the ring. It's a fan chant. We go to commercial, where Morrow incorrectly referring to Webster and Andrews as the grizzled young veterans, who will be in action later. I called that myself when I was watching it. Back from the break, and Riddle comes in to hit the Broton on Webster for a close 2 count. Riddle with kicks to keep Webster down. Riddle with a big chop in the corner. Andrews ends up coming in and taking down both opponents with a big double team. Andrews with more impressive offense against the opponents at the same time. Webster tags in and they run the ropes together, leaping out to take down Riddle and Dunne on the floor. Fan chant NXT now. Webster and Andrews double team Dunne in the ring. Webster with a 2 count in the middle of the ring. Dunne ends up unloading on Andrews and hitting a big German suplex out of the corner. Dunne with kicks and more offense. Riddle comes in to double team Andrews. They land big kicks at the same time, and Riddle covers for a 2 count as Dunne drops Webster when he runs in. Fan chant NXT again. Riddle with more big offense on Andrews until Dunne comes in and keeps Andrews grounded. Dunne works Andrews over and stomps on his ankles. Dunne with an ankle lock on Andrews now. Andrews escapes and hits a Northern Light suplex, then a big stomp to the chest. I've got a commercial with Andrews in control. Back from the break, Webster goes at it with Riddle, kicking Riddle off the apron into the barrier. Webster with more offense for a pop. Webster goes up top and leaps off, hitting a big swanton to the floor on Dunne and Riddle. Fan chant NXT again. Webster brings it back in the ring. Riddle catches Andrews in the air for an electric chair, but Webster makes a save, allowing Andrews to turn it into a big hurricane run into the mat. Riddle kicks out at 2. As Dunne also tries to make the save. Fan chant tag team wrestling now. Andrews ends up hitting a big tornado DDT to Dunne on the floor. Riddle with a big spear to Webster in the ring. Then a spear to Andrews as he comes in. Webster counters a Riddle suplex with a small package for a 2 count. Riddle kicks Webster and tags Dunne back in. The hit with a big double team on Webster, and Dunne covers, but Webster kicks out just in time. More back and forth with all 4 superstars in the ring. They go down and Dunne is up first. Riddle crawls to Dunne for the tag. Dunne and Andrews come in at the same time. Dunne with a huge kick. Andrews counters a move and goes for a submission. Dunne counters and goes for an X-Flex, but it's turned into a stunner from Andrews. Riddle and Webster go at it now to the floor. Riddle drives Webster down on his face on the outside with a tombstone. Riddle comes back in to continue the double team on Andrews. Dunne assists with a double team. Bros asleep, and Riddle covers Andrews to get the pin and the win and advances. After the match, Dune and Riddle stand tall together. We go to replays. As Riddle's music plays, Morrow shows us a look at the brackets as Riddle and Dune versus Imperium is now confirmed for the next round. Beth and Morrow show us how the Undisputed Era attacked Imperium after WWE UK champion Walter defeated Joe Kofi in the main event of last Sunday's NXT TakeOver Blackpool 2 event. Beth says both Imperium and the Undisputed Era will be here next Wednesday to promote their big 8-man match at Worlds Collide. Kathy Kelly backstage outside of the trainer's room. She says Keith Lee was rushed in after an attack on his leg by the Undisputed Era. She says this has put next week's title match with Roderick Strong in jeopardy, but she hopes to have an update later on. Back to commercial. Back to the break, out comes Tommaso Ciampa to a pop. Ciampa names the Velveteen Dream, Imperium, and Keith Lee. He says it's clear that the Undisputed Era has a hit list, but so does he. And NXT champion Adam Cole is on his hit list. Ciampa goes on about the title and says there's no more waiting. He needs his life back. He wants his life back, and he's taking it back. He drops the mic as the Undisputed Era rushes out and beats him down. Ciampa tries to fight back, but they keep beating him down. Ciampa won't stay down. Music hits. Out comes Johnny Gargano to make the save. Gargano unloads on the Undisputed Era and cleans house as the fan chant his name. Fan chant DIY. Now as they double team Bobby Fish in the middle of the ring. The DIY chant continues as they stare each other down in the middle of the ring. Undisputed Era has retreated. Gargano's music hits as he plays to the crowd for a pop. Still to come segment, tonight's 13 Women Battle Royal, which will be your main event. Also, the final first round of Dusty Classic match with Alex Shelley's TV in-ring debut for the company. In tag team action, back to commercial. Back to the break, Beth shows us how Trent Seven treated NXT General Manager William Regal for a match between DIY and Mustache Mountain at Worlds Collide. Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic first round match. The Time Splitters of Alex Shelley and Kushida versus the Grizzled Young Veterans, James Drake and Zach Gibson. We go to the ring for the final first round match in the Dusty Classic. Out first comes Alex Shelley for his in-ring TV debut for the company. He's with partner Kushida, and they are the Time Splitters. The NXT UK stars, James Drake and Zach Gibson, are out next. The Grizzled Young Veterans Dusty Classic Cup is on display in the NXT arena. Shelley starts off with Gibson as fans chant Shelley's name. Gibson goes to the corner and backs off as they lock up again. More back and forth. Drake saves Gibson from the turnbuckles. Drake tags in, but Shelley fights him off. Shelley with a big chop to Drake in the corner. Shelley gets sent to their corner, but he fights both opponents off. Kushida assists them, and both leap out of the ring to the floor, taking their opponents down for a pop. Kushida brings Drake in, but Drake lands a big knee to the gut. Shelley tags in for a double team move on Drake. Shelley drops Drake. Shelley grabs Drake, but takes a knee to the gut. Gibson tags back in, but Kushida and Shelley double team him again. Kushida and Shelley continue the quick tags. Kushida takes Gibson down and works him over in the middle of the ring now. Shelley tags back in for a double suplex. Shelley with a 2 count on Gibson. Gibson comes back and knocks Kushida off the apron. Shelley swings but gets rocked. Drake tags in and double team him. Double team Shelley. Drake then leaps and drop kicks Kushida off the apron. We go to commercial with Drake and Gibson in control of Shelley in the ring. Back with the break, Drake stops Shelley from tagging. Shelley rolls Drake up for a 2 count. Drake with a back breaker to send Shelley out to regroup. Gibson tags in and they stop him with a big double team on the floor. Drake talks trash to the fans as they boo him. Gibson has words with the referee and then works Shelley over, sending him back in. Gibson is legal now and has back chops Shelley for another 2 count in the middle of the ring. Gibson keeps Shelley grounded now as the referee checks on Shelley as the fan chants his name. Drake tags in, but Shelley ducks and makes the hot tag. Kushida springboards in with offense of both opponents as the fan chants his name. Kushida with more big offense on both Grizzled Veterans. Kushida drops Drake into the cross arm breaker. Drake turns it into a 2 count. Kushida with kicks it to Drake. Drake catches a kick and they tangle. Gibson tags in, but Kushida holds him. Drake kicks Kushida from behind. Drake and Gibson with a big super kick, neck breaker combo on Kushida. Gibson covers for a 2 count. Fan trying to rally for Kushida now. Drake tags back in. Kushida blocks the double team in the middle of the ring. Kushida keeps fighting and nails the scissor takedown on Gibson. More back and forth. Shelly and Kushida with a big double team on Drake, but Gibson breaks the pin right at the last second. They double team Gibson now with two big moves as the fans pop. Shelly clotheslines Drake in the corner. Kushida goes to the top to follow up, but Gibson shoves him off into the barrier. Drake and Gibson with a big double team code breaker on Shelly for the pin to win and advance. After the match, Gibson and Drake recover and stand tall with their arms raised. We go to replays as the music hits, and Kushida rushes back in to check on Shelly. Morrow shows us the brackets as the Undisputed Era versus Drake, and Gibson is now official. For the next round, we come back to the Time Splitters and the Grizzled Young Veterans facing off in the ring. Shelly and Kushida offer their hands to shake, but the winners turn them down and exit the ring to booze. Gibson says they did not travel all this way to stand there and shake hands, while the hipster Full Sail crowd pretends to know who Shelly is. He says they have derailed this little reunion tour on the first stop, and they are a great tag team of the past. Gibson goes on and says he and Drake are the future, and they've conquered Europe and will never stop. He goes on and says they will win the Dusty Classic. The music starts back up as they pose next to the Dusty Classic Cup. We see footage earlier in the day of Chelsea Green and Robert Stone outside together. Stone says the NXT Women's Division is strong, but Green is the best. He goes on praising Green and calls her the hottest former free agent. They get into a car to drive off. Beth hypes tonight's Battle Royal main event. The announcers lead us to a video package to hype tonight's triple threat with the winner advancing to the NXT Cruiserweight title, Fatal 4-Way at Worlds Collide. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we get a video package with Finn Balor warning NXT UK superstar Alja Juggernaut ahead of their match at Worlds Collide. Tyler Breeze versus Leo Rush versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. We're up next. We go to the announce table, and NXT Cruiserweight Champion Angel Garza has joined Beth and Morrow on commentary. Tyler Breeze was out first for the next match. The winner of this will join Garza and two NXT UK superstars for a Cruiserweight title Fatal 4-Way at Worlds Collide. Isaiah Swerve Scott was out next, followed by Leo Rush. The bell rings and they all face off. They go at it with Breeze nailing kicks on each opponent. Breeze with a big backbreaker on Rush for a 1 count. Breeze and Rush tangle, but Scott interrupts. Breeze is sent into the corner, and Scott tangles with Rush. Breeze comes back over, but Scott takes him down with the scissors. Scott stands tall after offense on both. Fan chant for Scott as he rocks Rush with an uppercut. Scott with a big chop to Rush next. Scott with a stiff kick to Breeze against the ropes. Scott shows off some, and Rush nails him from behind. Rush avoids offense from Breeze and crawls under him to rock him. Breeze sends Rush to the apron, and they go at it. Rush with a kick to the face. Scott runs over but flips out to the floor as Rush also flips from the apron to the floor. They tear each other down. Rush gets the upper hand on Scott on the floor. Breeze drops Rush on the floor with a kick from the apron. We go to commercial with Breeze standing tall on the apron while Rush and Scott are down on the outside. Back for the break. Scott sends Rush to the floor. Then goes back to work on Breeze while he's down. Scott tries to suplex Rush in front of the apron, but Rush blocks it. And again, Rush tries to suplex Scott, but can't. Breeze runs from behind on Scott and ends up bringing both opponents to the mat with a big modified German suplex. We get 2 replays of the big suplex. Rush rocks Breeze with a kick now. Breeze comes back and drops both opponents a few times. Breeze closes on Scott to the floor. Breeze tries to dive out, but Scott runs back in. Rush runs the ropes and does a suicide dive on Breeze. Scott flies out and takes Rush down next. Fan chant NXT now. Scott brings Rush back in. Rush with a huge standing Spanish fly for a close 2 count as Garza looks on from the announce table. More back and forth between the 3 in the ring. Breeze doubles Rush and drops Scott out of the corner for a close 2 count. Breeze shows frustration. Breeze beats on Scott with forearms. Scott with a side headlock and right hands. Scott rocks Breeze and Rush sends Breeze over the top rope to the floor. Rush with a wrecking ball drop kick to Breeze as Breeze grabs his leg from the floor. Rush ends up hitting a big hurricane on Scott, and then a suicide dive to Breeze on the floor. Rush goes back in, hits a big final hour to Scott in the middle of the ring. Rush covers for a 2 count as Breeze runs in to break it up. Fan chant NXT again. All 3 superstars trade more big offense in the middle of the ring. Breeze with a supermodel kick to Scott. Rush drops Breeze with kicks. Rush with the final hour on Breeze from the top. Scott tries to push Rush out, but Rush nails him with a come up. Breeze with a 2 count. More back and forth in the middle of the ring. Scott ends up hitting the JML jobber on Breeze for the pin and the win. After the match, Scott now has a confirmed spot in the Fatal 4-Way at Worlds Collide with Garza and 2 NXT UK superstars to be named. Scott celebrates as his music hits as we go to replays. Scott taunts Garza as he stares back from the announce table. Kathy Kelly backstage with NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. Asking about tonight's main event, Ripley mentions how she will defeat Toni Storm at Worlds Collide. And it doesn't matter who she faces at TakeOver Portland because she will defeat them too. Rhea isn't worried about the Battle Royal winner and says this is her division now. Back to commercial. Back from the break, Kathy Kelly is with Johnny Gargano backstage. She asks about saving Tommaso Ciampa earlier. Ciampa comes up and thanks him. Gargano asks if Ciampa heard about the challenge from Mustache Mountain. They agree to team up again for old time's sake. The Undisputed Era runs over, but security stops them from attacking. Keith Lee runs over and puts someone in the bushes with a pounce. Lee is angry. He tosses someone into the windshield of a car, shattering it, and then tosses another guy onto a table. Lee says the prophecy will end next week. The announcers confirmed Lee versus Strong, plus the semifinals of the Dusty Classic. Morrow says DIY has confirmed DIY versus Mustache Mountain at Worlds Collide. Battle Royals to crown the number 1 contender. Tegan Knox, Mercedes Martinez in her debut. Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Vanessa Bourne, Caden Carter, Mia Yim, Santana Garrett, Io Shirai, Chotski Blackheart, Zia Lee, Casey Cantazzaro, Shayna Baszler, Catalina, MJ Jenkins, Deonna Purrazzo, Jessie Camilla, and Indy Hartwell. We go to ring for tonight's main event. Out first comes Candice LeRae. Mia Yim was out next, followed by Bianca Belair. The winner will challenge NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley at TakeOver Portland in February. Cantazzaro is out next for her return. Fans fought for her interest. The new WWE Performance Center recruit Mercedes Martinez was out next. Back to commercial. And she goes straight to the NXT roster. Back with the rate, out comes Io Shirai to a pop. Tegan Knox was out next for her return. Since being attacked by Dakota Kai at War Games. Shayna Baszler was out next for her surprise appearance in the match. I wasn't surprised. Also getting a pop. The bell rings and here we go. Belair works on Shotzi Blackheart. Vanessa Bourne works on LeRae. Catalina and Mercedes go at it. Morrow mentions Nigel will be back next week and as he is enjoying some time off. MJ Jenkins tries to knock Santana Garrett off the apron. Baszler works on eliminating Jenkins now. Jenkins is the first elimination. Shirai and Santana go at it. Knox works on Vanessa Bourne. Belair eliminates Jessie Camilla. Mercedes and Baszler trade shots. Baszler eliminates Catalina from the top. Mercedes works on Santana in the corner now. Carter works on dumping Baszler out. Baszler works on Carter, but she hangs on. Yim fights out of the corner and on Knox, and it looks like Casey gets involved with Carter and saves herself from Baszler. Comes charging. Casey flies over Baszler, but Baszler nails Carter, knocking her off the apron. Carter has been eliminated. Back to commercial. Back for the break, Baszler kicks Garrett off the apron to eliminate her. Yim works on Bourne, nailing, protect your neck. Indy Hartwell was eliminated during the break. Yim eliminates Bourne. Shotzi eliminates Purrazzo. Deonna brings Shotzi under the bottom rope and levels her on the floor with a big kick. Shotzi is still in the match, by the way. Shirai with a flapjack on Zia Lee. Belair, Baszler, and Shirai triple team Zia now. Zia gets up and fights them all off. Belair and Baszler eliminate Zia. Casey springboards up, but Shirai decks her. Then drop kicks her to the floor. Casey has been eliminated. Fan chant for Shirai. Belair taunts LeRae and works her over with forearms. Baszler works on Yim. Mercedes watches from the corner. Shirai works on Nox. Belair eliminates LeRae and talks some trash as the fans boo the elimination. Yim sends Mercedes to the apron, but she hangs on. Mercedes eliminates Yim with a big suplex to the floor. Baszler meets Mercedes in the middle of the ring as the fans pop. They face off and stare each other down. Belair, Nox, and Shirai are also still in the match, as is Shotzi, but she's still on the floor. Baszler and Martinez unload on each other with strikes in the middle of the ring, while the others are down recovering. Martinez with chops. Baszler counters a suplex and applies a Kirifuda clutch. Mercedes comes out and tries to dump Baszler. Baszler eliminates Mercedes. Baszler, Shirai, Nox, and Belair all face off as fans cheer them on. Nox unloads on all three opponents. Nox sends Belair over the top, but she hangs on and stays on the apron. Nox choke slams Shirai on top of Baszler. Belair charges with a spear and hits Baszler as Nox moves out of the way. Nox tries to dump Baszler, but she lands on the apron. Nox drops Belair again with a Shining Wizard. Nox drops Shirai and goes up to the top. Dakota Kai appears out of nowhere and knocks Nox off the top. Nox has been eliminated. Fans boo as Kai hits in the back. Baszler fights off Belair and Shirai now. Baszler tosses Shirai to the apron with a Kirifuda clutch. Shotzi runs into the ring from behind and eliminates Baszler for a big pop. Fans cheer on Shotzi as Baszler watches from the floor. Belair comes from behind and eliminates Shotzi as she was wasting time by playing to the crowd. Shirai and Belair are the final two competitors. Fan chant EO now as Belair and Shirai face off. They start brawling in the middle of the ring. Belair rams Shirai in the corner. Belair tosses Shirai across the ring by her hair a few more times. Belair goes to the powerbomb Shirai out of the ring, but Shirai kicks her off. Belair charges and gets dropped into the second rope. Shirai nails a 619 for a pop. Shirai goes up top for a crossbody, but Belair catches her midair. Belair with a follow-away slam. Belair uses her hair again. Shirai counters and sends Belair face first into the turnbuckle. Shirai takes Belair to the top as the trade holds. Shirai climbs up as they continue trading strikes up high. Belair tries to pull Shirai to the floor. Shirai goes for the super hurricanrana, but Belair counters and holds her. Pulling her back up, Shirai slides out and nails an insecurity. Shirai sends Belair to the rope, to the apron. They both end up on the apron hanging on. Shirai blocks a move and goes for the German suplex from the apron to the floor. Belair hangs on. They both regroup on the apron. Shirai with a big uppercut. Shirai stands on Belair's hair to keep her down. Belair takes her down. Shirai and Belair are both down now. Belair attacks as they both trade big strikes from their knees. They work to their feet, still trading big strikes. Belair loads, but Shirai with a running knee, then a big drop kick to the head. Fan chant Shirai's name, but she runs into a spear in the middle of the ring. More back and forth. Shirai with a German suplex. Shirai with double knees in the corner. Belair slides out of a move and scoops Shirai on her shoulders for the KOD. Belair uses that move to dump Shirai over the top rope to the floor, and there's your number one contender. After the match, Belair screams out as the music hits. She starts celebrating as we go to replays. Belair versus NXT Women's Champion Ripley is now official for TakeOver Portland on February 16th. NXT goes off the air with Belair celebrating her big win and a title shot. And afterwards, she took to Twitter after the win and bragging on earning the title shot. She wrote, "I said I was better. Women tipping hands emoji. I, clapping hands emoji, said, clapping hands emoji, what? Clapping hands. I said. Hashtag NXT TakeOver Portland. Hashtag WNXT. Hashtag NXT on USA." Belair wrote in another tweet, "Not going to say I told you so, but I told you so." Ripley also tweeted on congratulating the new number one contender, writing, "Smirking face emoji, congrats, at Bianca Belair, WWE." Rhea made another tweet and had some stronger words for Belair, mentioning how she will take care of her after Worlds Collide title defense against Toni Storm later this month. She wrote, "Once I'm done with Crybaby, at Toni Storm _ I'll quietly, happily remind you of what happened last time you dreamt about beating me. Japanese ogre emoji. Hashtag WNXT." Belair responded to Ripley's congratulatory tweet and wrote, "See you soon. Hashtag NXT TakeOver Portland." AEW and Warner Media announced that their deal for AEW Dynamite on TNT has been extended through 2023. It was also announced that the two sides have agreed on a new AEW series to premiere at a later date. After all, they are on YouTube with their AEW Dark. Also on TNT, I believe, on Tuesdays. New extension is said to be 4 years and $175 million, just under $45 million per year. According to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer, the deal also includes TNT having an option for 2024 at a significantly increased price. Meltzer noted that the new deal will make AEW profitable in 2020 and the years to come. Can be found in this link. Still no word yet on the details of the new show, which the press release said it will air on another night than Wednesdays. Meltzer noted that it was not a lot that the new AEW show will air on TNT, as Warner Media oversees TNT, TBS, and True TV, as well as HBO Max, which is the new over-the-top OTT streaming service scheduled to launch in May. When the new AEW show does launch, the Wednesday night Dynamite tapings would expand for that new show and will still include matches taped for AEW Dark show on YouTube, which will not be going away anytime soon. According to Meltzer, the new show will apparently be 1 hour program. I think this is the one they were talking about, women only. Means that there will be 4 hours of AEW programming each week, 1 for the new show, 1 for Dark, and 2 for Dynamite. Meltzer added that this will allow AEW extra time to showcase more of their talents, which has been limited by the current format they are operating on. More updates? Whenever I find out, you will know. Also noted, NXT tapings and AEW tapings opened up with a 10-bell salute to Hall of Famer Rocky Johnson, who passed away at the age of 75. Above, okay, I did not get that, so I won't post that. Dynamite results: Santana and Ortiz versus Kenny Omega and Adam Page versus Young Bucks versus Best Friends with Orange Cassidy #1 contenders match. Trent and Nick get things going as Nick tries a few shoulder tackles. No luck. Trent does one of his own drop kicks. Nick with a chop, springboard arm drag. Couple of counters led to a stalemate. Page and Taylor get in there as the crowd chants cowboy crap. More counters until Page hits a fallaway on Taylor. Matt and Kenny now both tag in and pause for a moment. Slap hands, lock up. Santana and Ortiz then jump in and attack both wrestlers. Santana tags in and chops away on Omega. At TD_wrestling, some elite level cooperation from at Kenny Omega Man X and Nick at AEW Dynamite, at AEW on TNT. Back and forth action. Matt and Trent tag in. Nick sneaks in with a blind tag for a double hip toss. Double handspring drop kick. Matt gets in there and whips Trent into the corner. Northern Light suplex 4 times. Goes for a 5th, but Trent is able to hit the tornado DDT and tag in his partner. Taylor with a release belly-to-belly suplex. Sandy slide spread on Nick. Sit down powerbomb on Matt. But Ortiz gets in there to break up the pinfall. Best Friends look for a hug. Santana and Ortiz stop that. 2. Ortiz and Santana try to work over Matt. Santana with a cutter. Ortiz with a kick. Double reverse suplex. Ortiz with a cannonball on some guys. Santana clears out the rest on the other side. At TD_wrestling, when it comes to double teams, at Santana_proud and at Ortiz_powerful are as good as it gets. Back in the ring, Matt with a stunner off the second rope on Trent. Matt needs to tag out and go with either Page or Omega. He ends up tagging in Omega. Page looks a little annoyed. Omega with a snapdragon suplex on Ortiz and then Santana. Trent eats 1, 2. Omega plants Trent. Page with a standing moonsault. Omega hits one himself. Page then nails a moonsault out to the floor on the crowd. Omega looks to fly to the outside, but gets stopped. More guys go flipping into the night, and almost everyone is down at this point. Matt heads to the top rope. Gets chopped by Trent. Trent then hits a superplex down on everyone in the match. Holy crap, chant for the crowd. Referee ends up getting knocked down too. All 8 guys now looking for a big suplex in the ring. Neither side can lift the other. Orange Cassidy gets in and ends up helping his side. He does a hands in his pocket, kip up. Best friends hug with him in the middle. Yeah, a 9-man superplex. No. Best friends with the got style power drivers on Omega and Page. Strong 0 hit on Omega, but Young Bucks break it up. Tough to say who the legal man is at this point. Santana and Ortiz working over a few opponents. Nick gets in there with a ton of kicks. Matt with a ton of super kicks. He looks to connect with Page, but stops. Page rushes in and ends up getting dropped by Taylor. Meltzer jobber attempt. Nick gets shoved to the floor on some guys. Page tags himself in. Matt gets thrown at him. Page low bridge, so Matt goes to the floor. Omega and Page with a buckshot lariat, V-trigger combo on Taylor and gets pinfall for the 1, 2, 3. Hangman Page and Kenny Omega are the new number 1 contenders for the AEW World Tag Team titles. After the match, Matt gets in the ring and didn't appreciate what Page did at the end of the match. Omega tries to calm him and Nick down. Tonight, PAC versus Darby Allin, Jon Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. The winners of those matches will face each other next week to determine number 1 contender for the AEW World title. At AEW Wrestling, at Cody Rhodes accepts the underscore MJF stipulations. Cody out to talk about MJF. A few weeks ago, he asked MJF what it would take to have a match. Cody then runs down the 3 stipulations he has to follow before a match at Revolution against MJF. He can't touch MJF at all. Face Wardlow in a steel cage match and then take 10 lashings from MJF. Cody runs him down. Says MJF is just stalling. Makes fun of MJF being on the Rosie O'Donnell show when he was a kid. Says MJF is lazy. Is not less than is more. He's capable of much more. Cody says he accepts those terms. Backstage, Joey Janela said 2020 is a new year for him. He says, and then the first time he shows up, he gets low blowed by his ex-girlfriend. Janela says the only way she can get herself over is using his name. He then asks Kip Sabian if he wants to play, and he should cross the line. Janela says next week he'll get things going by facing Phoenix. Brandy Rose and Mel with Luther versus Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida. Luther blocks Shida as she comes to the ring. Mel and Brandy attack Statlander. Shida whacks Luther and gets in the ring to get things opened up. Shida and Mel get things started. Shida with a hurricane sends Mel to the outside. Statlander with a moonsault off the apron, but doesn't even hit Mel. Whoops. Botch. Shida then leaps off Statlander, smack, and hits Mel with a running knee. At AEW Wrestling, Shida Hikaru on the attack to Mel. Back in the ring, Shida with a big boot to Mel's face. Brandy with a distraction. Mel with a big boot that drops Shida. Crowd pretty quiet for this one. Match had a rough start. Back for the break, Brandy is in the ring. Statlander with a kick to the head. Discus forearm. Then plants Brandy to the mat. Covers. Mel breaks it up. Shida with a top rope drop kick that barely catches Mel. Shida with Mel end up on the floor. Mel sends Shida into the barricade. Brandy with a spear on Statlander. Covers for a 2 count. Brandy isn't happy. She kicks away, then tags in Mel. Mel with a back black hole slam. Covers for a 2 count. At AEW on TNT, just like that. At Shida Hikaru and at Call Me Chris Stat are dangerous. Mel then goes to the second rope. Shida climbs in with a superplex. Statlander with a running knee strike. Covers for a 1 count. Shida with a knee to the back to the head. Back of the head. Statlander with a standing moonsault. Brandy breaks up the cover. Mel with a double clothesline on her opponents. Brandy and Shida end up on the floor. In the ring, Statlander counters the power jobber into one of her own. Covers for the 3 count. Winners of the match, Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida by pinfall. AEW on TNT. Hashtag join Dark Order. Dark Order spokesman says the group has taken in literally thousands of potential recruits. He brings up Michael Nakazawa and says they've seen his desire to want to win. The spokesman is actually talking to the exalted one, who asks about Kenny Omega. The spokesman says maybe through Nakazawa they could reach Omega. Brandon Cutler is shown, says he has a strong alliance to the Elite, but the Dark Order can do more for him. Adam Page is another target, says he's going distant from the Elite. Sammy Guevara versus Jon Moxley. Winner moves on to next week's #1 contender match. Guevara gets right after Moxley. Gets in a few shots at first. Moxley throws him in the cover and throws multiple shots. Guevara uses his agility to flip away, but he's hilarious when he turns around. Guevara is able to recover and send Moxley out to the floor. Moxley with a big flip over the top rope to take out his opponent. Guevara throws him back in the ring. Hits the top rope. Drops down and goes to slap Moxley, but gets slapped before he can do so. Moxley with a running knee to the head. Release suplex, covers for a 2 count. A TD_wrestling. Sweet ride at Jon Moxley. Moxley and Guevara on the apron. Kicks Moxley's big section. Guevara up top. Hits a rough double stomp to Moxley's chest on the apron. He then throws Moxley into the steel steps. Gets in the ring and taunts a bit. Moxley taking control of the match. Moxley heads up top. Guevara runs and leaps up and hits a Spanish fly. Moxley up, tries for a paradigm shift, eats a jumping knee. Guevara lifts and flips Moxley over, sending a knee into his face, covers for a 2 count. Guevara heads up top and goes for a moonsault, but goes right into a rear naked choke and taps out. Winner of the match, Jon Moxley by submission. AEW on TNT. Something makes me think Le Champion, I Am Jericho, and the Inner Circle haven't forgiven Jon Moxley. After the match, AEW World Champion Chris Jericho's music hits. Then the lights go out. When they come back on, Jericho, Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz are all in the ring. They immediately take him down, though. The group beats up Moxley for what he did last week, where he said no to joining the stable. Jericho then whips Moxley into the back with the AEW title. Hager with a running knee into Moxley's midsection. The group talks some trash to Moxley. Santana or Ortiz hold Moxley, and Guevara slices him in the face. Jericho then takes one of the spikes of his jacket and jabs it right into his forehead. Moxley selling the eye, though. No blood. Referees come to the ring to try to get control. Ringside position checks on Moxley as the Inner Circle finally leaves. At TDE_wrestling, see you around at I Am Jericho. Backstage, Jennifer Decker talks with Jericho about what they just did to Moxley. Jericho says this is not their fault. They offered Moxley the chance to join the group. He said no and then smashed the bottle on his head. Jericho says now that Moxley is taking out, whoever wins between PAC and Darby Allin will go right to him. He heads off, Jericho says, or like a pirate while he holds his eye. Guevara looks at Decker and says, hit me up. Like he's a player. MJF, the Blade, and the Butcher with the Bunny and Wardlow versus Dustin Rhodes, QT Marshall, and DDP. Feel the bang! MJF and Page starting out the match. MJF then quickly tags out to the Butcher, as he didn't want anything of DDP. Page tags out to Marshall. So MJF quickly tags back in. MJF and Marshall with some counters that lead to a stalemate. MJF looks for a handshake. Marshall with a middle finger to the face. MJF thumbs Marshall in the eye. Blade tags in and kicks away on Marshall. He's able to tag in Dustin, who goes to work on Blade. Uppercut, inverted atomic chop. Classic Dustin. Goes for a kick but misses and gets shoved into the wrong part of time. Dustin then gets popped in the face with the diamond ring. Blade is able to take advantage, then send Dustin out to the floor. Bunny with a slap to the face, and Wardlow with a big boot to the face. If you know, well, that's formerly Emily. At AEW on TNT, those uppercuts from at Dustin Rhodes are vicious. He'll take control during the split screen commercial break. MJF beating up on Dustin. Butcher takes out Marshall. Dustin is able to drop Blade in the ring and brings in DDP. He finally gets him some MJF. Big clothesline throws MJF's head into the turnbuckles. drops Butcher with a lariat and does the same for Blade. Diamond cutter on Butcher. He then goes out to the floor, tries one for MJF. He spins around, low blow kicks DDP. Referee didn't see it. DDP is able to tag in Dustin, who hits the second rope. Canadian Destroyer. Cutter lands on MJF. Covered by Dustin on MJF. Blade is able to break it up. Dustin with a cannonball off the apron to clear out the two guys. Marshall with a handspring flip over the top. Bunny tries to get involved. DDP tosses her away. DDP with a dive off the top rope to the floor. It takes out everyone. Marshall back in the ring. Bunny loses track of the legal man. MJF rolls him up for the win. Backstage, AEW World Tag Team Champions, SCU, are asked about their match against Omega and Page. A junk Page rolls up and interrupts and gets some of his drink on Christopher Daniels. The champions doesn't appreciate that. Omega calms him down and says he's looking forward to the match. On February 19th in Atlanta, Georgia, it will be Cody versus Wardlow in a steel cage. Pac versus Darby Allin. Winner moves on to next week's #1 contender. Quick pace to start the match. Pac with a tilt the world backbreaker. Pac out to the floor. All in follows and takes him out. Pac sent to the end of the ring, but rolls right back out. All in immediately hits a suicide dive, sending Pac hard into the barricade. All in looks for Hurricane off the apron. Pac catches him and launches him into the steel steps as they go to a break. Pac then powerbombs All in down on the steps. Pac then throws his opponent into the barricade before finally tossing him in the ring. AEW Wrestling, both athletes are, as JR's Barbecue would say, quicker than a hiccup. Pac up on the top rope. Missile drop kick cover, 2 count. All in, taking some insane bumps in this match. Pac takes him up to the second rope, hits a super crucifix bomb. All but a cut on his arm from all the punishment he's taken. Pac to the floor. All in hits a copper drop. Referee starts up his 10 count. Pac gets in, and All in hits it over the top stunner. Then code red for a 2 count. At AEW Wrestling, I will do anything not to go back to the life I lived. At Darby Allin. Pac covers and puts All in down again. Pac talks some trash, eats a punch, tricky pin for a 2 count, couple more pin attempts for a 2. All in tries for a springboard copper drop, eats a German suplex. Pac with a sit down powerbomb, and it's very close. Pac up top, black arrow down. All in on Allen's back, covers for a 3 count. Winner by pinfall, Pac. After the match, Tony Schiavone talks with Pac in the ring. He asks a question, but Pac just tells him he should congratulate the #1 contender. Schiavone says he still has to face Moxley. Pac says, we saw what happened, and that means it'll be a forfeit. He tells Jericho, I'm coming for you, Chris. We then go to backstage where Moxley is being loaded into an ambulance with his eye covered. Moxley then gets out of the ambulance and walks towards the stage. He gets a microphone and says to PAC, Pac, it ain't going down like that, brother. I don't care if I'm blind or have only one eye. I will be there next week in the show. After AEW Bash at the Beach episode, Evil Uno and Grayson defeated Brandon Cutler and Sonny Kiss. Uno got the pinfall victory on Kiss at this link. In the final match of the night, Jurassic Express defeated Strong Hearts with Jungle Boy getting pinfall. And that can be found at this link pictures. Also noted, before the event, Big Swole returned to action, defeating Diamante in the first dark match of the night. Also, Nyla Rose beat Shayna in a tables match. Taz will be the guest commentator for AEW Dark at the JKB spoilers. Big Swole defeated Diamante in the first match of the night at this link. Also, Nyla Rose beat Shayna in a tables match. We'll have the post-Dynamite Dark match. I already gave you that at this link. And that concludes my results for this week's AEW, NXT, and all that jazz. Thanks again. Peace out. See you over here. If you don't know, just copy, brothers and sisters.